If when I was born, my mother told the world what my name was, and as I grew up, the devil always told me who I wasn't, or the evil spirit. And now that I have proven my name in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, I know who I am, but I don't know what I need to be because my devil has not stopped testing me, right? So now I went to Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church to get the evil spirit out my life, and the Bible say that Pastor Willie C. Bonds, as a disciple of Jesus, is supposed to have the power to cast out evil spirits. So if I am now casting out the evil spirit that surrounds me, then would not Pastor Willie C. Bonds be one of the evil spirits that now surrounds me? So you telling me that he did not send someone after me, like the high priest Caiaphas sent a multitude after Jesus? Well, how he's going to survive when the truth get out that I went into his church and he threw me out? Like, why would anybody then give him any money as if he can get you out of court? See, wouldn't he be the lawyer that kept you incarcerated if I gave him the evidence that would allow you to get out, and he then tried to put me in prison? Then what is his prison ministry all about? If it's not getting you out of prison, then it must be about keeping you comfortable in prison to make you a model prisoner, right? But now, when I went to him to help me make you a model citizen, he wouldn't aid and abet me, right, in giving you what you need to stay out of prison, but yet he's sending ministers and preachers into prisons to minister to you. So why would he then send someone in to tell you someone else's testimony, but he wouldn't give you my testimony so you can get out? So who keeping you in prison? The person who telling you in their ministry Jesus loved you, or the person who didn't believe in Jesus because of the Christians who he was grew up around, and he's always been arguing about who he is and what he gonna do, and now all the people who he argued with all of their life, because we the same, about the same age, and we always been having the same conversations about this Jesus. Now, why then won't my family, who know that I'm a non-believer, but that I'm not a backslider? See, because to be a backslider, you have to first be a believer. But I've always had questions about the teacher of Jesus. See, I never had questions about Jesus. I'm saying I got questions about the story of Jesus, right? Now, then they tell me not to question God. And I'm saying, well, are you God? You know, you say don't question God when I'm asking you a question. So what are you saying? I don't understand. Are you God? Now, here I am. I'm now answering my questions with my life. So now I know who I am. I know that I'm Benita Elaine Epps Castle husband. I know that I'm Tamika Ray Sean Castle and Tommy Chancey Castle Jr. father. And I know that I'm Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. I know that. Now, are you telling me that I didn't have to become a lawyer, a judge, and a prosecuting attorney and defend my wife, my daughter, my son, and myself, as well as Four Castles Incorporated's business associates, as well as my grandmother. And now, are you telling me that I didn't do that? And I'm saying, so how does that make Jesus real if you lying on me? So if you stopping my truth and my testimony from defending someone who would be like Jesus, then how are you the comforters that Jesus spoke about that would do greater things than he? So if you don't even go in the courts, if you don't even go in the judgment hall, how then can you do anything comparable to Jesus when you won't go to court and then be judged for the things you do? See, I went in court and I defended my wife and my children and my grandmother and my business associates with my way of life. And my enemy had to flee and then cast me out. So see, now, okay, check this. So I'm gonna go back here because I'm this is the second one today. So I'm aided and abetted, for which according to the Black's Law Dictionary is legally defined as to assist the angels of the dragon, that old serpent, the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, the elders of the people in Jerusalem, facilitate the commission of a crime against Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee in the temple in Jerusalem and in the judgment hall in Jerusalem, and illegally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally facilitated against Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee, Jesus Christ, and King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated. Now, you say, well, why are you using Jesus Christ? I'm saying because they using his name to facilitate the crime against me and Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee. Because I'm in the judgment hall emancipating the people like Moses, and now they trying to treat me like Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee in the name of Jesus Christ. So what I'm saying is, who are you all worshiping? Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee or Jesus Christ? Because if you worship Jesus Christ, wouldn't you just be worshiping the name that the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, and the elders, and Saul, for whom changed his name to Paul, and then taught Luke and Mark, and so they the one created Jesus Christ, but what about the works of Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee? See, so wouldn't you continue to be angry at the doer of the work? Because that's why y'all say, I think I'm Jesus, because you reading about the works of Jesus and you seeing my works. Because how could you say, I think I'm Jesus? That's why I'm asking my friends and my family to say, hey, man, he not a backslider. He never believed. So how can I be a backslider in something I never believed in? I've always believed in myself. So how can I be a backslider, and how can I be a non-believer in God if I believe in myself? So if God created me, even if you want to say that I'm not God, but if God created me to do his will, then wouldn't I be the will of God if I'm doing God's will in my name, image, and likeness? So why then would you now say that I'm not God's will if I'm doing God's will, and now God's will is legally done in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? You can go read the transcripts, which is my testimony plus is their refute of my testimony. Now, wouldn't that show you that they don't want you to be emancipated? They want you to be incarcerated. Why the judges then wouldn't allow my company to keep you free? And why then did Pastor Willie C. Barnes, who send pastors in and reverends in prison ministries to then consult with prisoners about Jesus, would not allow those prisoners to see that they could be freed with my testimony. So you telling me if Jesus went into Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church and told Pastor Willie C. Bonds the truth that would set those who he sent into prison ministries free, and he would then deny you of God's testimony in the name of Jesus Christ, then how would you feel about him? See, but why then do you hate me, for whom is giving you the information to free yourself from the false prophecies of Pastor Willie C. Bond? I'm saying I have a personal situation with him, just like Jesus had a personal situation with the high priest Caiaphas. So why did the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, and the elders side with Pastor Willie C. Bonds if Pastor Willie C. Bonds is not the high priest Caiaphas? See, why the other church leaders is protecting him and not you? So I say facilitate against Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee, Jesus Christ, and King Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of Four Houses Incorporated in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Eatonville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, to legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally promote God, for whom are Allah's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. Allah, for whom are God's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. And my for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of Four Houses Incorporated's atheist children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world can legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally accomplish, for which is defined as to bring about by effect in the promised land, for which is defined as something for which in this case is Four Houses Incorporated and Chancey Incorporated are places in good, legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal condition believed to promise final satisfaction and the realization of hopes legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally created, for which is defined as to legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally invest, for which is defined as to make legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal use of the new promise, for which according to the Black's Law Dictionary is legally defined as a previously unenforceable promise, for which is defined as a declaration that one for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of the United States Navy would do something specified as the promiser for whom, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as someone for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of Four Houses Incorporated, for whom the United States of America gave a promise to protect and defend the United States Constitution, is why I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of Four Houses Incorporated, is who is who legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally fulfilled. My for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr.'s contractual obligation to legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally protect and defend the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, is when, where, how, and why I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally revived, and legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally fulfilled the Florida Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, specifically in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and the United States Constitution, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, thereby making the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran, legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally enforceable in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. After the angels of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, the descendants of the high priest Caiaphas, Pontius Pilate, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders of the people in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, all failed, for which is defined as to fall short of protecting and defending the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, is why God, for whom are Allah's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. Allah, for whom are God's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. And my for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's atheist children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world are now all uncovered in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. and I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am now the legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal owner of the Promised Land in the midst of the Garden of Eden, for which is defined as the garden where according to the accounts in Genesis, Adam and Eve first lived, specifically in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, on August 12 in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, is why I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., am now legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally trying to get God, for whom are Allah's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. Allah, for whom are God's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. And my, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's atheist children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, into the Promised Land, which will finally, legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally fulfill the prophecy for which is defined as to utter by or as if by divine inspiration from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally prophesied, for which is defined as to predict with assurance or on the basis of mystic knowledge on April 3rd in 1968 in the Bishop Charles Mason Temple in Memphis, Tennessee, which was when and where Dr. Martin Luther King prophesied, for which is defined as to speak as if divinely inspired words that we as a people would get into the Promised Land is what legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally proves, for which according to the Black's Law Dictionary is legally defined as to establish or make certain to establish the truth of a fact by satisfactory evidence in Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12 in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, that Moses, for whom is defined as a Hebrew prophet who led the Israelites out of Egyptian slavery, was the deliverer of the written law at the base of Mount Sinai. And I, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, am the legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal user for whom is defined as a person for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., who uses the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12 in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, for which legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally grew, for which is defined as to legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally sprang up in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, and in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally developed to maturity in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, from the written law that Moses, for whom is defined as a Hebrew prophet, who led the Israelites out of Egyptian slavery, legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally brought down from atop Mount Sinai in the midst of the Garden of Eden, are now all legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally flooding, for which is defined as exposure therapy, in which there is a prolonged confrontation with the angels of the dragon, that old serpent. The dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, the descendants of the high priest Caiaphas, Pontius Pilate, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, and the elders of the people in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. Now that's my testimony. And then, you know what, I'm going to go, and now this the coming day of judgment. This is Malachi 3 of the King James Version of the Bible Hub edition. This is verses 1 through 5, and it says, the coming day of judgment. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. But who may abide the day of his coming? See? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like a fuller's soap. And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. And he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Judea and Jerusalem. But I mean, come on, man. I get upset. I can't. Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord as in the days of old, and as in former years. See, man, y'all dead wrong, man. And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the scorners, and against the adulterers, and against the false swearers, and against those that and those that oppress the hirelings in his wages, the widow, and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith the Lord of hosts, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday on January 15th in 2024 at 7:19 in the morning. See, so now, behold, I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., will send my for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr.'s messenger, for whom are the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran into the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And he, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, shall legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally prepare the way in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida before me, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. And on January 15th in 2024 at 7:21 in the morning. And the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, whom ye seek in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, shall suddenly come to his for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy's temple in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and even the messenger of the covenant, for whom are the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran, whom ye delight in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, in the 50 states and territories of the United States of America, as well as in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world, because either you worship the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, or the Holy Quran. See, behold, he for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated shall come into the into Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and now through this video on January 15th in 2024 at 7:24 in the morning, saith the Lord of hosts, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 15th in 2024 at 7:24 in the morning. But who? See now, that's what I'm asking. Way Jesus, way the Prophet Muhammad, way all of you ministers, way all you preachers, way all you elected officials. See it say, but who may abide the day of his, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. His, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy. His, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Fort Castles Incorporated. His, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Fort Castles Incorporated, coming in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Eatonville, Florida in 2008. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 15th in 2024 at 7:26 in the morning. But since none of you all could stand up to me, you then starving me until I commit a crime. But then aren't you an accessory to the crime that I commit? See, but then won't nobody know. See, that's what I'm trying to tell these children. See, that's why I starve. See, I starve so you won't steal. See what I'm saying? See, but you shouldn't have to steal because your friends shouldn't be like my fucking friends. See, your friends shouldn't let you starve for 15 fucking years until you steal. See, because they should be your fucking friends. They shouldn't allow wrong to happen to you. But when they sick them fucking selves, ain't nothing they can do for you because ain't nothing they can do for themselves. So see, you better believe in the law. Don't believe in no Bible. Don't believe in no Quran, because that is what's telling you about the evil you are facing. But if you don't know the laws that govern you, your testimony is not going to save you. You see what I'm saying? See, you have to have a testimony that is in accordance with the laws that govern you. See, not the Bible, not the Quran that you believe, because if you choose a side in the Bible or the Quran, then the other side is going to be what you are anti. See what I'm saying? So if you're not like the Prophet Muhammad, then you are like the people the Prophet Muhammad talking about, because the Prophet Muhammad was done just like me, just like John. See, we put in exile. That's why we now forced to write when we used to do. See what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm telling you. The devil done stopped me from working, but yet I'm now testifying and I'm defending my testimony. So now I am working in self-defense. See, I had to learn the law, defend myself against the secular world. Then I had to learn the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran to defend myself from the spiritual world. Now they are both starving me. See what I'm saying? Because they are both stealing from you. So they are stealing from the masses, and then they're telling you lies to give you comfort while they go through your pockets. See? So where's the covenant? See what I'm saying? What covenant now covers you? See, this is what I was saying. You are now naked. You don't have no cover. You don't have no covenant. So that's why they won't let me go to court, because they the ones that don't have no law. See, so they keep acting like they got power when I have taken their authority away. So now they're abusing the position that you have elected them to. That's why you are all guilty of violating the Constitution. You are not supposed to vote for a domestic enemy of the Constitution. See, you're supposed to do what I'm doing. You're supposed to secure the Constitution and then give it back to the people. But see, when you have been deceived by your elected officials, then you destroy the person who is protecting the Constitution. Therefore, America has no covenant. You are just like Adam and Eve. You are naked. But what is your fig leaf if it's not a lie? See, you got to keep lying on me so nobody will see your private parts. See, not your genitalia, but your lying essence. See, your spirit is now that of deceit, but your soul is now in need of redemption. See, so what I'm doing is I'm giving you my truth. And when that Lord God had breathed breath in the spirit of Adam, see, now I am destroying Adam's spirit and I'm breathing life into your soul, because you are a human being. You're not a Christian. You're not a Muslim. That is not a thing. That's a religion. That's something that you have to become. But you was born a human being. And if you do not start having compassion for your human image, you will continue to be a thief and a murderer of your Lord and Savior, for whom is yourself. Because if you don't save you, who can? See, so, but who will abide that the day of his coming? In Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, in Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida. See, who would abide that day? But y'all missed that court day, but you starving me this day after you miss your court date. So where is your God? You say he don't come when you want him, but he come when you need him. Well, you miss your court date. Now, aren't you a fugitive of the law? So shouldn't they now come after you Christians and you Muslims like they came after the disciples of Jesus? Haven't you all led us astray? So what is this afterlife you talking about if you won't even let me come back from court? So aren't you murderers in the first degree? Aren't you premeditated murderers? So who shall stand when he appear? In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. Who shall stand in Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida? Who shall stand in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida? See, I have evidence of my appearance in there. I've been there. I'm in there forever. I have opened a case where I'm going to be in that fabric from now on, for eternity into infinity. But now, if the black race do not allow the children to know where their saving grace is, then what is the black race savior if it's not true in nature? See, look at him. For he is like a refiner's fire. See what I'm saying? See, I'm putting you in and burning out all of your lust. See, because now I'm showing you that what you believe is real, you just fake. And that's why now you in the refiner's fire. And you're a soap in a fuller's soap. See, you the soap, you the suds. See, and he shall sit as a refiner and purify of silver. See, I'm trying to refine you, but you keep going to who have made you dull. See, you silver, but you got that film on you, and I'm trying to get it and clean it off you so you can shine again. See, like natural and pure silver. See what I'm saying? But see, okay, now check. And he shall sit as a refiner and purify of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. On January 15th, oh shit, this don't even give me, okay, January 15th at 2024 at 7:34 in the morning. See, so who doing it and who purged them as gold and silver that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, if it wasn't me, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. Who else stood up? See, where you Christians at? Why you're not doing what Malachi 3 said? See, you just talk about the work. You don't do the work you talking about. See, I'm going to get Malachi to prove and show myself approved by Malachi 3. Now, how then can y'all discredit me with Malachi 3? You didn't stand up in the courts. You standing up in your shit, your house. I went in where the devil is judging my people day and night and brought him down with the laws. I did. So what you do, where's you as a refiner and purifier of silver? You sitting here got the people stuck in hell, man. Pastor Willie C. Barnes. What the fuck is that? That's what I'm saying. What is a pastor? What is that? It's just a title of man, but it's not an occupation. It's not something that you do. It's something that you are. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I know who I am, but I don't know what I am. See, because I'm not a preacher, but I'm preaching. I'm not a pastor, but I'm pastoring. I'm not a shepherd, but I'm shepherding. See, I'm not none of these things to you, but I'm doing all these things you say I'm not. So how do the children know that you're not who you supposed to be? Because you won't let them know who I am. See, you won't let them know the righteousness that I have shown them so they know that righteousness exists. See, y'all say, well, I'm not God, when you show yourself to be the nasty motherfucker you are. See, but me, see, my daughter say I'm a hero and I'm being a hero, my daughter know. See, so why you're not the preacher everybody thought you was, Pastor Willie C. Barnes? You ain't in the accord with Malachi, but now aren't you the devil's children? You can't tell the truth. And what the Bible say about a man who can't tell the truth? Because the truth is not in him, because the truth do not abode in him, because he is the father of lies. See? So when is the Bible talking about Pastor Willie C. Barnes? He ain't talking about me. Then shall the offering of Judea and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. But who gave me an offering? Man, y'all won't even give me a cup of fucking water. Y'all keep evicting me out of my places of residence. So who is you, motherfucker? That's what I'm saying. Where is the righteous? I see a bunch of dirty motherfucker. I don't see no good people, man. I see everything I saw as a child. So I'm trying to figure out where is the maturity in religion when you do the same thing the high priest Caiaphas did, generation after generation after generation. So then does not evil multiply? Where is the righteousness? Where is the good people? Where is the fruits? I see the barren tree of religion, whether it's Islamic fruit, it's barren trees. I see the Christian fruit is evil in nature. The tree is barren. Where is the good fruit? No righteous fruit is being produced. You think my friends is Christians? They know I'm out here starving, man. But they done went on with their life because they said they gave my life to Jesus. And I'm saying, but didn't you take Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee's life and give it to Barabbas? Now you're taking my life and giving it to Jesus. So when are y'all ever going to save Jesus if you keep taking the life of the worker, The person who doing the work, you sacrifice. But the preacher who telling you about the sacrifice, you act like you can't see the preacher being the high priest Caiaphas saying that it's expedient that one man must die. So when do the church say that one man must live other than your place and nation? So what is the nation of the high priest Caiaphas if it's not Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church? See, that's a nation. See, but that's nations inside of a nation. So when do the nation be free from religion? See, and in the days of old and in the former years, right? So then shall the offering of Judea and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old and as in former years. But I have never seen no joy in no church. I have never. Now, I got married in Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church. But that was, now that I see, that wasn't under no God. That was under man. See, but my wife married my God, and now I have shown her the man who said that he brought that union together under a God, that God didn't exist. See, that's why I say that my God married my wife in the presence of her God. See, now I'm telling my wife, I'm saying, now where is your God that you had me marry you in front of? Because here is my God that took care of that union. And when I went back to the man who said that he was ordained by God to sanctify our union, the man turned his back on me. Now, how did he sanctify the union that he then did not defend? So where was the God that showed that it was love in us at 19 years old that he wouldn't defend at 39? I went back to the man that said that God that my wife believed in sanctified her marriage. And I went back to that man, and he turned his back on me. And he left me to have to go and defend that union as my God. So I'm asking my wife, well, I went to the man who said that your God ordained him to sanctify our marriage, but now you go to that church that took me from you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey man, I'm good. But why are y'all now stopping me from the fruits of my labor? I retired from the post office. Why you aiding and abetting them taking my retirement? I mean, it's like my friend that, oh man, you ain't retired. I'm saying, bro, I did retire, motherfucker. I had 17 and a half years towards retirement. I bought back my military time. That's why I was waiting on them to give me my 20 years. But see, this is what I'm saying. No matter what I did, my friends and family had already taken up counsel with themselves. So it doesn't matter what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm stuck here with these guns on me. I got all these sick ass people around me talking about a goddamn God. But yet they starving me. But yet they been taking care of they fucking preachers and shit for years. But now they come here and fucking starve me. I'm saying, well, why you don't do for me what you did for your fucking preacher? Then maybe I can pay my fucking bills. If I'm the one teaching, just like the fucking preacher, but you pay the preacher so he can go pay his fucking bills, but y'all won't even let me get paid for the work that I've already done in accordance with Amendment 14, Section 4. Plus, I'm now saying, for Jesus' name's sake, saying the Christians owe me 100-fold, but yet you keep paying these goddamn preachers who just ministering to you and ain't doing no work to get you where you need to be. They not getting you in the promised land. They watching you go to prison. And then they sending prison ministers in there to make you model prisoners. But why they not making you model citizens? See, why they only teach you about voters' rights that you got in 1965, but they not teaching you about your civil rights that you got in 1964. Well, I'm trying to show you how to use your civil rights in self-defense, but they want you to use your voters' rights to give them a goddamn job. Well, I'm trying to use my civil rights to give you a goddamn job. But you want me to vote for one motherfucking job when I'm trying to employ everybody? But now nobody want to help me. But you want me to go work for the devil? And you are not a devil's advocate? Well, what you are? And they say, and I will come near to you to judgment. Right? So I, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Council Sr., will come legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally near to you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world to judgment. In Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 15th in 2024 at 9:46 in the morning. And I will be a swift witness in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida in 2008, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 15 in 2024 at 7:46 in the morning, against the scorners and against the adulterers and against the false swearers and against those that oppress the hirelings. Okay, hold on, that damn it, I done fucked up. Man, I couldn't get through it. Okay, oh, look at it. God, this whatever get me, man. Then they get the damn fucking up there. Okay. Now let me see.
Hireling.
Hey, hireling. That's what I said. Because it say hire, and lean. So I was right. So Okay. Let me stop. Okay, I was right. Well, I'll tell you, it looked funny, but I was right. Okay, a person who serves for hire, especially for purely mercenary motives. See, you mercenaries. So you are hireling. See, so you mercenaries in the military and you're not patriots. See, you're a hireling. See, but I'm a patriot. See, that's why I didn't go for the money. I'm not waiting on pay. I'm waiting on the ability to pay. See what I'm saying? See, I'm getting the money necessary for these children to know that when they work for Chancey Incorporated, who actually working for Folk Houses Incorporated, they gonna get paid. See, so that's what I'm trying to show them. I'm saying, well, hey, you the one got to pay yourself because I got to set up the organization. See, we going to have our own bank, so you're going to put your money in this bank. You going to know, so you going to have your own financial stability. And why would you then not invest in your own stability? See, but hey, see, when you spiritual in nature, then you don't see that your religious teacher got your money in somebody else's bank. So why didn't the black people where they probably don't even know about the Freedmen's Bank, you know what I'm saying, was the bank that Abraham Lincoln them was saying that, hey man, they don't put their money with us. They need to have their own money. See, they need to have their own banks. But then they put a white man over our bank. Then he gave his friends our money with no collateral. But now you got to have collateral to get their money. But look what they did with us. So then when they banks went out of business, that's when I charged them for what they did to the Freedmen Bank. I'm saying, hey man, you can't help get us to bail you motherfuckers out when y'all the ones why our bank went insolvent and Mr. Frederick Douglass had to spend $10,000 of his own money, but the bank was already gone. See, but you people don't read. You don't know the historical crimes why we broke. You don't even know. You don't. I bet you over half of them preachers don't know nothing about the Freedmen Bank. I guarantee you. And they damn sure don't know how it went insolvent. But see, if I'm the one trying to pull us out of where we at, and I read 100 books, so I'll know what was done, just like the state of Florida would look and try to say, well, this crime, you did this, you did this. But now when I'm using history, because America was saying that when they committed the crime against my ancestors, it wasn't a crime. So now you saying then once it just becomes so pronounced, then you come up with a written instrument. See, not a court case to say that, okay, now this is how we administer this violation, because the violation against you. So see, now I got to catch you doing what your ancestors did to my ancestors, and now charge you for the act that your ancestors created to say that this kind of treatment of me and my people is wrong. And now what you do is kick me out of court. But I ain't mad with you because you was taught to keep me oppressed. But I'm pissed off with my family and fucking friends because I'm trying to figure out now if they don't let me teach my goddamn children, right? Because I was thinking about their children. Then who gonna save my goddamn children if I can't? See, that's what I'm pissed off about. Because you keep telling me that I can't do what I did, but it got me out of court. But it ain't getting me paid because you won't help me get paid. But then you telling me that your God, who had to come back from the goddamn grave, he couldn't come back from court like I'm coming back from court. But when he came back from the grave, the story is that Saul, streaming slanders and threatenings, asked the high priest to go to all of the churches and write a letter. Now I'm reading those letters that's in the churches. And I'm not supposed to think that the high priest is the one that allowed him to go write these letters of confusion when here my family is using those letters to justify starving me. Well, Paul said. I'm saying, yeah, but isn't Paul Saul, the persecutor of Christians? Yeah, but Jesus came in. I'm saying, well, wait, Jesus now? Why you ain't like fucking Saul? Why you sitting here keeping me from my family for 15 years of ministering to me? Then when I read the Bible, it say you a goat. It say, when did I not see you and didn't minister to you? And that's when they say, that's why you ministered to me. You didn't help me. You didn't feed me. You didn't clothe me when I was naked. You ministered to me. But then you wanted me to pay you. But you didn't help me. You helped my enemy. And that's why I can't eat to this day. So, but you telling me that you love Jesus, but when I look at how you treated Jesus, it's the same way. The only difference is I'm like John. I'm a Navy veteran. So you can't just do anything to me. So now you got me in exile waiting on me to give up my own rights. But I'm saying, well, if I'm defending my rights, why would I give them up? If I have been fighting for my rights for over 15 years inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, I gave that evidence to the state attorney for the state for the state of Florida. That's when I'm telling you on August 12th, I gave it to the state attorney. So the prosecuting attorney was supposed to defend my constitutional rights as a native of the state of Florida or a naturalized citizen of the state of Florida. See, when you come here, you got to get licensed here. When you move to this state, you got to come and you got to get licensed and everything to be in this state. So see, when you come to another state, you have to change your residency. See what I'm saying? Because you are part of that state. Now, when I go and show that the state that I was born in was in a rebellion against my constitutional rights, I go report the crime, and then the state attorney committed a crime against me in violation of the Florida Constitution. So that's when I emancipated the prisoners that the state attorney has put in prison, because the state attorney is violating the very covenant that then would give that state attorney the power to put those men and women in prison. But goddamn Pastor Willie C. Barnes, who sent in prison ministries, tried to put me in prison. Now, why his ass ain't going? Because he protected by the blood of Christ? So then you saying that the high priest Caiaphas protected Pastor Willie C. Barnes with the blood of fucking Christ? Huh? See, that's what I'm asking. So only people saved is the goddamn high priest Caiaphas descendants? But Jesus will never be saved. A righteous man will never be saved by the black church or by no descendants of slaves. Because wasn't Moses killed by the Israelites? Because where's Moses now, right? The Israelites do not even commemorate the goddamn Passover no more. So why they don't commemorate the Passover if Moses is the one that liberated them from Egyptian slavery? See, I guess that's why we don't really celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King and Minister Malcolm X and none of that. See, because the people who benefit don't know the struggles and the price that the people who gave you that benefit went through. See, because you're not taught that people was beaten and killed for you to have the right to sell dope to children. So you think that they would want you? Like, you think that these people was murdered so you can sell fucking dope to babies? See, where is the God in the black race? See, where is it? Because it's all about money. It's not about preservation. It's not about education. See, it's about using. It's about exploitation. So then you talk about black exploitation films, but now you sell dope to your image on Dr. Martin Luther King Street, on Minister Malcolm X Street. See, you have no place that's hollow ground where you say, nah, man, you know, this place right here, we don't desecrate this. But see, black people don't have no sense of self because our self has been taken away from us. See, who are we? We identify with other people's creation. What have we created as our own? So now here I am, this is mine. But yet you talking about their economy. And I'm saying, well, what about my economy? See? So look, a hireling in his wages. See, so that's a mercenary. So now, if I'm defeating the devil, and the devil done sent his mercenaries, polices, sheriffs, FBI agents, see, those are the ones that's getting paid from the tax dollars. So wouldn't they be like the King George III's red coats? See, wouldn't we now be occupied by the police forces, the sheriffs, the people that we pay taxes to? So wouldn't that be the same thing as taxation without representation? I can't go to court, and they saying that we can't sue them. That's what the Declaration of Independence said, that King George III was saying, that you can't sue his people. See, and they can do whatever they want because they doing it under the power of the crown. So the king is telling them to violate your rights. And that's what Donald Trump is now, his lawyers is saying that he can get a SEAL Team 6 to come kill a citizen without no due process. So right there, America is ceased to exist. If the president can kill a citizen, then that's like King fucking George. But now when I have to become a king to take that illegal hit off of me and put a legal hit on them, now I'm the terrorist. But I'm saying, well, wasn't King George the terrorist? So wouldn't Donald Trump be a terrorist if he can send your tax dollars to kill you? Because don't SEAL Team 6 get their money from the taxes? So now the president is sending your tax dollars to kill you. So wasn't that like the 30 pieces of silver that was taken out of the treasury of the temple to then give to Judas to then get Jesus killed? So wouldn't that be a hireling? Wouldn't that be a mercenary? So wouldn't the multitude and Judas be mercenaries that went and got Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee as if he was a criminal? Isn't that what y'all doing to me? But I done made it out of court. But now my friends and family done came and fucking starved me. They ministered to me, told me I was crazy and all this. And I'm saying, well, damn, if I'm crazy, how you sane? If I'm in court using my competency to defend my children, and I tried to defend your family and your children, but now you say I'm crazy, I'm insane. Now I'm trying to figure out what you are. Because if your family was in trouble like my family was in trouble, what would you do? How would you defend your family if you don't have the intellect that I have? And even if you don't even look at the intellect that I have used, and I'm trying to give you the knowledge that Hosea 4 says that you would be destroyed for lacking, you sit here and now you showing me that you wouldn't help your children because you wouldn't help me help them. But yet you spreading the gospel, or are you spreading lies in the name of Jesus Christ on Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee? So wouldn't you be the anti-Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee in the name of Jesus Christ? See, because if Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee was a blasphemer for being Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee, then how you are not a blasphemer for using Jesus Christ's name and not saying Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee? Aren't you showing an irreverence for Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee when you call him Jesus Christ? See, that's why we confused. See, so now check this. And I will come near to you in judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the scorners. No, excuse me. Damn. The sorcerers. Man, well, fuck it. Now I got to go look that up. Okay, hold on. Man, I'm going to get off this thing because I done got upset. And then this the longest one, too. So I'm finished with it anyway. I shouldn't even, man. I know I'm upset, man. I can't get this shit right. How the fuck I got mad? Okay, let me see. Let me get myself together, man. Let me see, man. Golly, man. I don't like to get mad because then it looked like I can't do nothing, but I done got mad. But okay, let me see. Sorcerer. I think that's
sorcerer.
Okay. A person who practices sorcery. Okay. So sorcery is defined as the use in the Webster Dictionary, the use of power gained from the assistance or control of evil spirits, especially for divining. Let's see what divining is. Okay, look, ooh, check this. Divining, or relating to or proceeding directly from God. Now, see, let's go back to what they doing. See, that's in sorcery. Look, the use power gained from assistance or control of evil spirits, especially for divining. And then when you look that up, it says of relating to or proceeding directly from God or a God. So see, Now they is divining you to believe in their interpretation of Jesus Christ. But what did Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee do? See, he did not minister. See, he did the work that your minister is telling you about. So now when you see a sheep and when you read that scripture and it says, the sheep, and he say, you when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you gave me clothes. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. When I was a prisoner, you came and visited me. Now, the person who was the sheep, he said, when did I? He didn't even know. And he said, when you did this to the least of these, you did it unto me. Then when he was talking to the goats, he said the same thing. And they said, when did we see you hunger and we did not minister? See? So if you sitting up there with a gunshot wound and your preacher come and he said, John 3:16 say, but he not putting no pressure on the wound and blood just gushing out. But what he's doing is he's giving you your last rites. Because he could put pressure on that wound, stop the bleeding, only if he knew how to have healing hands like Jesus, he would be able to bring you back like Lazarus. But see, because he and she is just a minister, what they're doing is ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and you can be saved. All they got to do is put a tourniquet on. See, I learned that in the Navy. See, if you got a shot here, I put it up here, tighten it real tight, and it'll stop that. It'll slow down that blood flow. But if you don't put no pressure on that vein, because what done happen is you done hit a vein. See, and now you're bleeding out. But if you put pressure on that vein, it'll slow down the blood. See what I'm saying? But if you don't know how to do that and you start praying to somebody, you watching them die, man. And that's why you are guilty. See, you're not a doer of the work. See, Jesus would have put pressure on the wound. See what I'm saying? He'd have put a tourniquet on it. He'd have slowed the bleeding down. And then till you get to somebody who can stitch it up and stop it from bleeding. See what I'm saying? Then that person, now you give them blood transfusion, and then the body will naturally replenish the blood if they have the white blood cells and the red blood cells right. See what I'm saying? But now they know how to give you a blood transfusion and keep you alive. But now the Christians say that's wrong. See, they say that it's God's will that you die. And I'm saying, well, why did Jesus bring Lazarus back from the dead? See, you say that, man. You say that. But if Jesus brought Lazarus back from the dead, then Jesus is the one that was the first doctor. See, because he brought Lazarus back from the dead. So then how you saying that he wanted you to die if he brought Lazarus back? But see, these preachers will sit there and minister over you. They won't administer aid to you. They'll give you a sermon. And I'm saying, well, why don't you save the person? But as I read the Bible, that's not their job to save you. That's why they was against Jesus. That's why they was against Dr. Martin Luther King. That's why they was against Minister Malcolm X. That's why they was against Mr. Fred Hampton and against Mr. Medgar Wilder Evers. See, they was against those great leaders because they are not born to lead. They're born to minister. See, but those are doers of their covenant. Then they are new covenants. See what I'm saying? So when you are a new covenant and somebody's selling the old way, then they come against your newness because now you that shiny new thing. You see what I'm saying? And so they now can't see when you telling your truth and your truth is in evidence, then how can they undermine something you already did? See, that's what I'm telling you kids. You won't be able to do what I did if you don't live the life that I lived. But you won't be able to live the life that I live if don't nobody hire you. So that's why I'm killing two birds with one stone. See, I'm getting you and then I'm hiring you so you'll have the job that I use to give me the time to perfect myself. See what I'm saying? See, I don't know what you want to be. But if it takes money, then I have given you my intellectual property so you can know that if you believe in what you are, then can't nobody stop you from becoming who you are. See what I'm saying? But if you don't believe that you are, then who could prove to you to get you through what seems to be a hard time? See, but what I'm saying, my life should be easy, but it's the people around me that's making my life hard. See what I'm saying? The law has already vindicated me, but the spiritual world is sacrificing me. And the secular world's corrupted elected officials have put hits out on me. See what I'm saying? But I have also put a hit out on them. See, this is what I'm saying. When you become as wise as the serpent, but the serpent put a hit out on you, well, wouldn't that hit be illegal? Because they only killing you because they can't prosecute you. Because, see, you didn't allow them the evidence needed to then go along with their criminal intent. So now what I'm doing is I'm using their evidence of their criminal intent against them so I can save you from their criminal intentions. See what I'm saying? See, this is why they give us dope for survival, because we kill each other just to survive.